comfortable.
Very
He was
comfortable.
Do whatever he wanted.
Very comfortable.
He missed a lot of shots.
I won.
He missed a lot of shots.
I won. Tell him, who won?
First of all,
Who won?
you called 4 dribbles when I went and dunked on you.
Did you dunk it?
I went and dunked the ball, and he called 4 dribbles.
Is it 3 dribble limit?
1 dribble hezzy, 2 dribbles to the rim.
It's Jersey legend. Look at that, Jersey legend, bro.
That's real.
Little player coach banter there after a friendly competition from Kim English, the new head coach of Providence, after their coach bolted for Georgetown and more money. He played one of his players 1v1, so he wouldn't go to the portal, and apparently he's not. It's good coaching there. This is interesting to see. Daily Sports Podcast, News, Nervous Takes, Gambling. Today is MLB opening day, so we're going to do mostly that today. Kim English, head coach Providence. Good for you, Kim. What's up? And this new generation of player, they want to be friends. They want to be colleagues. Gen Z needs to feel super duper important and irreverent, and they're just so mean all the time. But that is a good way to connect with people and just make it very clear that we're in this together. You love to see that kind of thing. I mean, no question. It's simply good coaching from Kim English there. I love that. Okay, there are rumors swirling all over the place that the NFL is going to put a team in London. It's been that way for 15 years. It very much looks like that's going to happen. Mike Florio was like, there's going to be disruption earlier than anybody realizes. Yes, so it was an unnamed owner that said 5 to 10 years there will be a division in Europe, which I think it's happening soon. But the problem is, and this is, I don't remember, was it Mike Florio I was listening to, or some like Daniel Jeremiah, somebody who knows stuff and just kind of slips shit out there. And occasionally they have hot takes, and occasionally like it's information. The problem with expanding to a new division is that there are not enough good quarterbacks. Why is the XFL and USFL going to fail? The quarterbacks fucking suck. They suck. If they were good, they'd be in the NFL because they can pay them more. There are about 20 good starting quarterbacks at any given moment. Of those, 5 or 6 are like holy shit elite. The rest are like pretty good. Some can win Super Bowls, some can't. And then there are about 20 to 25 that are like, maybe this is the year, or maybe they're young and like maybe they'll develop. And then there are about another 10 to 15 that like, they just shrug your shoulders. For example, the Niners have one in the top 20-ish kind of group tier with Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm lumping them all together. Like, I'm not saying who could build a franchise around him. I'm saying Patrick Mahomes and Jimmy Garoppolo are starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Think of yourself as running a franchise with the goal of making money and like selling tickets and getting on television. Jared Goff is like, right at the bottom of that, I think, is where I would put the cap. Derek Carr, Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Stafford. You get the picture. And then there's a group of like Daniel Jones is probably around there. There are just not enough guys like that. And there appear to be more and more with every passing year as the league adopts running. But we don't have, who's going to quarterback these teams? It's going to be like XFL stuff. So we don't have enough good quarterbacks. But that's the latest in the National Football League. As far as the association is concerned, have this stat. The largest free throw attempt differential this season. The Los Angeles Lakers have attempted more than 200 free throws than any other team. It seems like the league would really like it if they made the playoffs. The NBA has been rigged in the past. That is confirmed with the Lakers and the Kings way back when Kobe and Shaq were doing that thing. That must have been 2002 or sometime many, many, many moons ago to force a Game 7. That is like a confirmed thing that they rigged the game at the end so that there would be a Game 7. The Sacramento Kings, interestingly enough, have clinched a playoff spot. For the first time, I think, since like 2004? Yeah. The Kings are the 3rd team in the West. Unbelievable. See, don't say there's no parity in the NBA. The Spurs, holy shit, the Spurs are a lottery team. What if they get that guy, Victor Wembanyama? Are they tanking? Are they tanking? He's French. I say send him to Utah. Okay, let's get to the MLB. It's MLB opening day. Let's talk about some stuff. Storylines this year, the Mets are great, but their closer, Mr. Trumpet Man, he got hurt in the World Baseball Classic. Other storylines is Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout are by far the best players in the world with a pretty big gap, and they had that epic showdown for the World Championship in the World Baseball Classic, and they're on the same team. So the question is, are they finally going to get in the goddamn playoffs? So I have odds and things. We're going to do gambling stuff first and storylines along with it. So the Mets storyline is they got Justin Verlander. They're spending all this money. They kept guys. They kept the unit. Like this new Mets owner, I forget his name, Cohen, I think. They want to win a World Series. Nah, I don't know. They want it too bad. And they're in a division that's loaded with Philly and Atlanta. So I don't know about that. Other big storylines. Philly, are they going to – they had a magical run. They snuck into the playoffs. They fired their manager, which is just coach. Baseball, Jesus. They're sitting here at plus 1,500 right in the middle of the pack that could win it. Houston is the heavy favorite to repeat as world champs. Braves won 2 years ago. I mean, these people are wildly unimaginative. Also because of how long it takes prospects to develop in baseball. That's why it seems so boring year over year, and there's not much parity because the parity is not year over year. It's like parity in baseball is like 5-year chunks. I like the Mariners to win the World Series myself as a bet, and because I'm rooting for it. And they have that guy, Julio Rodriguez. He's amazing. They made the playoffs for the first time in a billion years last year. St. Louis could win it. I don't know who's on their team. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just always good. Even though Yadier Molina is not on the team, so I don't think they're going to. But it's one of those things you can't be surprised. The Angels are plus 4,000. Is this finally going to be the year the team with the two best players in the world make the playoffs? Let's find out what the odds are. To make the playoffs, where are the Angels? Down in the middle. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 teams ahead of them, which means that Vegas says, probably not. They're probably not going to win. I do have some bets that I like myself. Let's go to where my bet slip that I like. Let's go over here. Boop, boop. Look at you can watch on youtube.com. I'm betting on the Tigers to win the division and make the playoffs. They're not going to, but they're my team, so I'm going to do that. Seattle Mariners to win the World Series. I like the Blue Jays to win the AL East. The Yankees are trying too hard, and I don't know. There's just something about the Yankees that's just not going to do it. Baseball, as much as narrative sport as anything else, it's either super analytical or super narrative driven. Like the Phillies wanted it really bad, so they went to the World Series. I literally think that's it. I don't think there's any more to it. The Padres have spent a lot of money for the first time in their history. San Diego has lost all its sports teams, but people are moving there at a surprising amount, even though it looks like home prices are whatever. San Diego's confusing because people don't live in metropolitan San Diego. They live around San Diego, Carlsbad, La Jolla. But I think people are moving to metropolitan San Diego. I know that because I got drunk at a bar a while ago and talked to some locals, and they're like, yeah, people are coming back to the city. So I think San Diego, the Padres, I think there's a weird underground thing happening with that organization now that hasn't been happening in a while. I like the Phillies to win the AL East because the Braves piss me off, and also the Mets. I just don't. These New York teams are trying too hard, and they care so much about baseball. Baseball is to New York as hockey is to the entire country of Canada. They just want it too bad. I actually think that kind of shit matters. And I think that players can get infected by narratives more now than literally ever before because of social media. It's like they can just get it right on their phone. There are bets today, opening day specials. First player to hit a home run. If I were you, I would scroll to the middle and find something with really cool odds. I don't even know half these players anymore. Baseball has not been... it's been something that's I've fallen by the wayside for me because it's just become so annoying with the unwritten rules and shit. And then you see all these other countries having fun. They're doing parades. They're doing all this other stuff. And we're like, yeah, we talked to them in the clubhouse and told them not to hit a home run in a game because the other team is losing too bad. Baseball culture in America is the goddamn worst. It's one of the last things we know. It isn't anything we have. Shut up. Anyway, I would find someone in the middle that is like a catcher or something. So the opening day first person that hit a home run opening day, the leader is Aaron Judge, obviously. I think Aaron Judge hit 66, a lot of them with juiced balls, by the way. Caught him doing that again. I think it's always someone stupid. Let's just find some sort of catcher here. Who plays first? That's a good point. I didn't even give you the opening day schedule. The first game of the year will be... There's a slew of them. There's two of them. Braves and Nationals, Giants at Yankees. Interleague play start. There's no such thing as interleague play anymore. Remember, there's DH in the National League now. Giants, Yanks, Braves, Nats, and then an hour later, Orioles, Red Sox, Brewers, Cubs. Who's the catcher for the Cubs? That's who we're going with. We're going with the catcher for the Cubs. Cubs starting line up. This is happening. This is great podcasting. I literally don't care. Who's their catcher? Tucker Barnhart. Tucker Barnhart will hit the first home run of the day. Let's find out where his odds are. Tucker Barnhart plus 15,000. We'll put $5 on Tucker Barnhart. You'd win $750. Tucker Barnhart will hit the first home run of the year. If I pull that out of my ass, all of you need to Venmo me some money. MLB storylines, what else? This would be, there's more smoke around an MLB team moving to Nashville or Charlotte. The Charlotte AAA Stadium and the Nashville AAA Stadium are gorgeous. They have more corporate shit than Tampa. People want it really bad. Nashville is a great sports city, but it's a summer town, and its sports are fall and winter sports. I don't know that basketball would kill it in Nashville the way that it does in Memphis, and Memphis needs its pro sports team, I believe. So I think watch this Tampa thing. There have been a lot of proposals for a new stadium like in St. Petersburg or maybe in Tampa across the causeway or whatever the fuck they call it. Don't care. I've seen them, like maybe there's going to be some apartments and shops. It seems like bullshit. It seems like a fake thing so they could show the city, oh, well, we tried to keep them here. I think that ownership is either going to sell the team or the team is going to move to Charlotte or Nashville, and I think that will be announced in the next couple of years. That's just my guess. And making those guys professional athletes play, there are literally better spring training parks that are owned by like the Yankees and stuff across the river. They might as well just play in a small stadium until they make the playoffs. And they like need capacity. I mean, it's the franchise is a disaster. The funniest thing about them is they're cheapskates. They have a garbage stadium, and they are occasionally really good and almost win championships kind of all the time. It's really interesting. They just have good people that try hard, and also rookies are underrated. Rookies are underrated. There's day baseball all day today, and it should be like this all the time, in my opinion. I mean, I'm going to listen to games. I'm not going to watch baseball at night unless it's my team. My team has a player that announced his retirement. Miguel Cabrera, in my opinion, is the greatest right-handed hitter of all time. I will fight you. Well, Albert Pujols said 200 more. I don't care. Miguel Cabrera is a better overall hitter than Albert Pujols. Said it, meant it. This will be his last hurrah for Miggy. Won a World Series with the Marlins at the age of like 18. Won a couple MVPs. Last Triple Crown winner. All of these players, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, all these guys. Miggy's still the only guy to win a Triple Crown in like 80 years or whatever. And this is going to be his last go-round. Yeah, that's the MLB preview. I am taking Seattle's my world champion. I got them beating, I don't know who would suffer the most. Seattle's going to beat the New York Mets. My MVPs are Ohtani and Goldschmidt. There we go. Nailed it. Back and better than ever on Friday.